Hare Krishna, 2024, the year of Saturn. There are two major things that make this year the year of Shani. If, numerically or on the basis of numerology, you calculate 2024, it comes out to be the number of Shani. On the same time, what I believe is that Vedically, Saturn is in Aquarius, the Mula Trikona of Shani, the office, the work. Now, the combinations of numerology and the Vedic input makes this 2024 a year affected by Saturn. He has a lot of energy here. And you can see it from the beginning of 2024 that you have little chaotic situations in the office as well as home, and also in terms of your health, especially the digestion, the surgeries, the lower back, problems like arthritis, lower back problems, insecurity, fear, and anxiety. Now, you'll be surprised that why am I talking about insecurity, fear, and anxiety when it is all about Saturn? It's all about hard work, justice. But no, you have to understand one thing, that every planet is based on the association of the nakshatras it holds. Saturn, based on the Vimshottari Mahadasha system, is based with nakshatras like Pushya, Anuradha, and Uttar Bhadrapada, and all these three nakshatras fall in the water sign. The signs of moksha, it's the moksha trikona. The sign of emotions, signs of letting go things and trying to find out your real purpose of existence by making your heart clear, the fourth house, understanding the shastras, and then giving up everything. And Saturn nakshatras fall there. And the remedies should be based on nakshatras. The first and the most powerful remedy would be to donate a water cooler. Now, what is that water cooler? It should be a water cooler which is a commercial one, with a bigger water cooler that you see in hospitals or schools or any organization where there's a lot of public involved and they want to have water. And that steel water cooler, the bigger one, the electric water cooler. Water is necessity, water is emotions, and Shani is a graha of necessity. It is not the graha of luxury. So when you donate water cooler in this year, you can do it in the beginning. Go to an old age home, go to a school or an institution associated with underprivileged people. You can go to a blind school. Or even you can do it in a Gaushala. There's a lot of labor in the Gaushala who would need filtered water, the necessity. Or you can go to a very poor township where there are no water facilities, the basic facilities are missing. Go and get it installed there. 30 to 40% of this year, the problems, the potency of the problems will be sorted. What about remaining 60 to 70%? You see, when I say emotions, the only thing that comes to my mind is Chandra. And there's a huge message that we have in our Sanatana Dharma. The two most powerful Vishnu Savrupas or Vishnu Avtaras, Shri Ram and Krishna, both of have had, moon in the Lagna. But there's a difference between the Cancerius or the Cancer moon and the Vrishabha, the Taurus moon. The Cancer moon would love to do things by himself. Shri Ram, he fought by himself. He did all the battles himself and he tried to resolve issues by himself. But on the same time, Shri Krishna, he got the things done. And being in Kali Yuga, you would like the things to be done. It's the era of being very, very smart. You call it as smart work. So we have to do two things. One which Shri Krishna did and one which Shri Ram did. Because Shani would help you with the labor so that you can get the things done. But on the same time, Shani would also want you to work hard, which Shri Ram did. So for Krishna, what was the dearest thing to Krishna? He did it every single day. You have so many pictures from the childhood to, being, having time with Radha. There's one thing which is always there with him was a cow. So if you can get yourself associated with the Gaushala, if you can associate it with cows shelter, you can donate some food to the cows or help with the medicines to the cows. That is the second most powerful remedy for 2024. If you're in the western part of the world or in the Southeast Asia, have connections in India, try to contact. They'll help you out. At least on every Saturday of this year, let me repeat, every Saturday of this year, go to a Gaushala or donate something for the cows. The mental turmoil, the emotions, the diseases, marriage problems, your path towards the wealth is seen by Chandra, your longevity is seen by Chandra. All these things would, start coming in your favor and the trouble will go away. And the third thing that Shri Ram did, why I talk about Shri Ram whenever I talk about Saturn? Because he's the one who converted his worst dasha of Shani and his Saraswati into a lifetime achievement. And what did he do? He went to current Rameshwara and installed the Shivlinga. And from Rishi Agastya, he took Aditya Hriday Stotram and he did it. If you see, Saturn is also Karka of construction. It's a significator of construction. If you can either bring a small shivling at your home, maybe of this size, the thumb size, a Saphatic shivling, and bring it only if you have a very sattvic environment. Little bit of rajasic is fine, but it has to be sattvic. It has to be a pure environment. And do a small abhishekam every day, maybe with milk and jala and Ganga jal, or maybe some curd, and do a dhupam deepam. And if you think that there are certain family members in your family who are tamas and they are into very much of rajas, especially into tamas, then I think you should go to the temple every day. But what you're supposed to do in the temple is go and sit in the Shiva temple and do Aditya Hriday Stotram. And you'll have to do one more thing, because you cannot bring shivling at home. You should contribute in the construction of a temple. If it can be a Shiva temple, if you can get a shivling installed in a temple or a deity of Shiva and Shakti, Shiva and Ma Parvati, or if you can help in the construction, maybe one brick, maybe little bit of construction material, and if there's no construction going on, can you contribute in renovation of a temple, little bit of the paint or repair work, or maybe a new door, or maybe a fan, or maybe an AC, or some tube light, or maybe some lighting system, in a temple? little bit in construction part. And if you'll be very lucky if you can be associated with the construction of a temple. If you are samarth, if you have no financial constraints, get a temple made this year. Trust me, your Saturn would be sorted for many years. This is what happened with Shri Ram. Once he, went to Rameshwaram, once he got associated with that linga, his entire life changed after that. He could, overcome Ravana. He could get his wife back. He could reach his, dynasty back. He could start ruling. If we cannot learn from the examples that we have in our dharma, in our religion, in our shastras, I think doing Jyotish is not worth it. If you do these three things, construct this year for Shri Ram, or which is happening in January 2020, 22nd January 2024 is the biggest example. And that is why you see India growing. I'm coming up with a special video for January 22nd, 2024. What is happening astrologically? But trust me, that if you can do these three things this year, you can make this year a year of achievement and many years to come as the year of achievements. Do it. Put it in the comment that I've done it. Share this video. If one person could do it while you are sharing this video to him, the contribution is going to come to you for sure. Do it. Subscribe to channel, share the video, and get a lot of blessings of Shri Ram, Shri Krishna. And Shani would do nothing to you. Ashirvad. Thank you. Hare Krishna.